Ashwin, Harinanda join ചെയ്തോ നോക്കണം.
Yes, sir.
I think we can start. Harinand.
Okay, sir.
Okay.
Good evening, everyone. I'm 𝐿𝐿 K, and on behalf of the IEEE Education Society and the IPR cell TKMCE, it is my pleasure to welcome you all to this insightful session on SDGs in academia, shaping a sustainable future. A warm welcome to all our participants, IEEE EXICOM members, IPR cell representatives, student leaders, and esteemed faculty members who have joined us today. Your presence shares a commitment to sustainability, innovation, and the role of engineering in shaping a better world. We are honored to have Dr. Arun AV, IEEE Student Branch Counselor, and Dr. Ansar SM, IPR Cell Coordinator of TKMCE with us. A special welcome to our distinguished speakers, Ms. Ashika P. Sajan, Mr. Abhishek KT, Mr. Adhirat K, Mr. Advait Krishna, Ms. Chinmayi S, Ms. Dilfa Hakim, Ms. Manya Rajivan, and Mr. Parthiv EP, who will be sharing their insights and perspectives on the intersection of engineering, academia, and sustainability. Before we begin, I would like to talk about SDGs for a bit. The Sustainable Development Goals, SDGs, adopted by the United Nations in 2015 as part of the 2030 Agenda for Sustainable Development, are not just objectives but a global responsibility. These 17 goals address key challenges such as climate change, inequality, economic development, environmental protection, education, and healthcare. Achieving them requires collaborative efforts between governments, industries, academia, and individuals. As engineers, educators, and students, our role is critical. We must integrate sustainability into our innovations, research, and daily practices. This session is an opportunity for us to explore how SDGs can be embedded into academia and how we, as future leaders, can drive meaningful change through technology and innovation. In today's session, we will explore major software development goals, practical applications, and student-led initiatives, as well as expert discussions on sustainability in education. With that, let's begin this session as I invite Dr. Arun AV to take over the session. Thank you, sir.
Good evening, all. It brings me great happiness, and I'm honored to be addressing you all. And first of all, let me congratulate our students Ashika, Abhishek, Adhirat, Advait, Chinmayi, Dilfa, Manya, and Parthiv for coming forward with this great idea. And also Ansar sir, IEEE TKMCE SB, IEEE EDSOC TKMCE SBC, and also IPR cell for jointly organizing this. Okay. So my duty is to add some introductory remarks on this event. So this event is all about sustainable development goals. So sustainable development goals, as they have given the title, Sustainable Development Goals in Academia, Shaping a Sustainable Future. So what is the real significance of this thing? So we know that this is the time when technology, innovation, AI, and everything is shaping the world. So it is very crucial that we as academicians, engineers, and students align our efforts with a greater purpose. So that is to build a sustainable and inclusive future for everyone. So not only humans, all animals and everything in the world. So this SDGs is adopted by United Nations in 2015, and they serve as a global blueprint for addressing humanity's most pressing challenges. So, so this is jointly organized by IEEE and IEEE and IPRCL. So you have seen in the logo of IEEE, what is the motto of IEEE? Have you seen that under the logo of IEEE, there is a statement, technology for humanity. So IEEE is also taking up this initiative for building a sustainable futures. So as these professional societies like IEEE, governments and industries play a key role in advancing sustainability, the real transformation actually begins in the academia. So in a premier institution like ours, where young minds like you are shaped and the future leaders are nurtured, it is very essential to not only to acquire knowledge, but only to apply it. Okay, so you all know that engineering is not just a technology, but it is all about the impact it brings in. So as we step into an era of rapid innovation, we must ensure that our advancements are ethical, inclusive, and sustainable. So we all are engineers. So we all are problem solvers, and we make a change in the whole world. So every breakthrough, every invention, and every technical advancement must contribute to a larger purpose. So that is the well-being of society and sustainability of our planet. So today the session is all about SDGs and academia. So I encourage all of you to actively participate, engage in discussions, and think beyond conventional solutions. So let us engineer solutions that are sustainable, inclusive, and transformative. So let us ensure that technology serves for humanity, not just process. So with that, I am concluding my remarks. So I will also be keenly watching it. So as an academician, as a researcher, it is very essential for us also. Okay, so thank you very much.
Thank you, Arun sir. And now I invite the speakers for handling the session. Miss Ashika, please.
Thank you, sir. Good evening, dear friends and respected teachers. We are the students of Engineering, TKMC, batch 2023 to 2027, consisting of Abhishek, Adhirat, Advait, Chinmay, Dilfa, Manya, Partha, and myself, Ashika. Today, we stand before you not just students of engineering, but as future change makers, united by a vision far beyond circuits, codes, or equations. Because engineering is not just about building things, it's about building a better future. What is this SDGs? They are actually Sustainable Development Goals, which are not just global ambitions. They are universal commitment to justice, equality, and sustainability. It is adopted in 2015 by 193 UN member states. The 17 SDGs, they are evolved from Millennium Development Goals to create more inclusive and sustainable world. Unlike before, SDGs, they demand collective action because no country, no community, and no person is untouched by global challenges. But why should this matter to us as engineers? Because engineering is not just about machines, codes, or calculations. It's about people. Every equation we solve, every system we design, and every line of code we write has the power to change lives, uplift communities, and shape the future. That is the real purpose of engineering. But why do we design systems, write code, and develop technology? Is it just for a degree, a job, and a paycheck? Or is it something better? Have you ever thought about it? Right now, somewhere in the world, we all know there's a child studying under a street lamp because their home has no electricity. A mother walking miles away for water, knowing it may not be even clean. A family rebuilding their home again, yet another flood takes everything away. These are not distant problems. They are challenges waiting for engineers like us to solve. So every time when we learn something new, ask ourselves, how can this help people? Because energy engineers, they bring light to communities that have no electricity. Water engineers, they create life-saving purification systems, turning unsafe water into source of hope. Civil engineers, they design resilient homes that stand strong against disasters, protecting families from loss. AI and automation engineers, they transform healthcare, bridge accessibility gaps, and make technology a force of good. That is why SDGs should not be just words on paper. They must be the driving force behind everything we do. The world doesn't need just engineers who just solve equations. It needs engineers who solve humanity's greatest challenges. So, as we take you through the SDGs and their role in engineering, keep this throughout in our mind. Engineering is not just a career, it's a responsibility. And the future is in our hands. Now, let's move on to the first SDG, that is no poverty, a global crisis that demands action. So, imagine waking up every morning not knowing that you'll not have food to eat and watching our parents work tirelessly because to afford a safe home, clean water, or basic healthcare. For over 700 million people, this isn't just a difficult phase. It's a daily battle for survival. So, what could be the possible causes of poverty? The lack of employment opportunities, of course, the limited access to education, clean water, and healthcare, and obviously the natural disasters and the wars. The effects of poverty are malnutrition and child labor because children will be forced to work instead of learning, leading to a cycle of hardship, and the increased number of crime rates because desperation pushes people towards crime as means of survival. From this, we can understand poverty isn't just about lack of money. It's about the absence of opportunities, resources, and access to basic needs. We know that charity can offer temporary relief, but only an innovation can create a lasting change. And that is where engineering becomes a life-changing force. Every bridge we build, every technology we create, and every system we design has the power to break the cycle of poverty. So engineers don't just solve problems, they create opportunities. Let's look on to some engineering innovations that are changing lives. One such example is the 3D printing housing. New and I in Latin America, they have built low-cost disaster-resistant homes, which is built in a fraction of time, offering families security and future. Lightstro in Africa, they provide solar-powered water filtration, delivering safe drinking water to remote villages, eliminating waterborne diseases, and empowering communities. The 𝐒𝐿𝐶o Foundation in India, they have introduced solar microgrids, bridging consistent electricity to off-grid communities, enabling businesses, education, and healthcare to thrive. AI-driven irrigation and vertical farming, they have boosted yields by 50%, providing that technology can end hunger and create economic independence for the farmers. Then Grow with Google and Microsoft's AI skill programs are upskilling millions, turning education to a pathway to stable employment and financial security. Earthquake-resistant homes in Haiti, the engineers, they have built disaster-resilient homes, saving thousands from devastation, proving that innovation can mean the difference between survival and disaster. This is the power of engineering, not just to build, but to uplift, not just to innovate, but to transform lives. So, poverty doesn't exist due to lack of resources. It exists because we haven't yet engineered the right solutions. So, as future engineers, we must ask ourselves, how can I use my knowledge not just to help someone survive, but to give them a future? So before we write a line of code, design a circuit, or build a structure, ask ourselves, why are we doing this? As I said, engineering is about people. Without empathy, emotional intelligence, and universal human values, even the most advanced innovation will fail to create a meaningful impact. Thus, innovation can save lives, from affordable housing to clean water solutions, turning hope into reality. The true progress lies in advancements alone, but in solutions that uplift, heal, and empower, building a sustainable future that is smart farming to end hunger, AI driven education to uplift minds, and low cost healthcare to save lives. So, we are not just students, we are future innovators, disruptors, and change makers. The world is waiting for us, not just to graduate, but to transform it. Now that we have explored SDG 1, no poverty, let's move on to the next critical challenge. Manya will now take you through the next SDGs and how engineering can drive a lasting change. Thank you.
Okay, I'm Manya from ECE department itself. We stand at the pinnacle of the technological evolution, a time where AI, automation, and innovation are reshaping our world. Yet millions still suffer from hunger, lack of healthcare, and poor access to education. The irony is striking. I'm here to discuss the Sustainable Development Goals 2, 3, and 4 and how engineering can be a key to a sustainable future. The object SDG 2, Zero Hunger, engineering a world without hunger. The main objectives of Zero Hunger are end hunger and achieve food security, improve nutrition and promote sustainable agriculture, ensure year-round access to safe, nutritious food for everyone. Why SDG 2 matters? Global impact. Over 735 million people suffer from hunger. Climate change and water scarcity impacts food production. Lack of farming skills in developing countries reduces the crop yields. Malnutrition weakens immune system, reduces productivity, and perpetuate poverty cycle. As an engineers, some of the contributions we can do towards SDG2 include IoT-based smart farming for optimized irrigation and fertilization. This is using the resources minimum and increasing the productivity. Automated vertical farming system, AI-based pollination, robots for efficiency. Now next SDG, SDG 3, good health and well-being, engineering a healthier tomorrow. The objectives include reduce mortality and ensure healthcare access, prevent diseases and strengthen health system, focus on emergency preparedness. Why SDG 3 matters? Billions still lack access to proper healthcare. Millions die every year from the preventable diseases like malaria and tuberculosis. The COVID-19 pandemic proved that our healthcare system needs to be stronger, more resilient, and more technology-driven. As an engineers, what are the contributions we can do for a better healthcare? Healthcare access, wearable health monitoring system, real-time monitoring through smartwatches, AI in diagnosis, early detection using machine learning, telemedicine and IoT, making available doctors for the rural people. Now, SDG 4, quality education, engineering knowledge for all. Millions lacked basic education, especially in the developing nations. Conflict disrupt education, causing learning loss. Innovative methods can improve learning, as once said by Nelson Mandela. Education is the most powerful weapon which you can use to change the world, but we don't have that also available now. Why SDG 4 matters? 244 million children worldwide lack access to quality education. Many communities have no schools, no teachers, and no electricity. The digital divide further worsens inequalities as millions lack access to modern learning tools. Engineering solutions for education include AI and digital learning, AI-powered personalized learning adapt, VR and AI-powered classrooms, sustainable infrastructure for schools, assistive technology, speech to sign language, robotic arms assist hearing impaired students. We are at the crossroads. Our skills, knowledge, and the innovation can shape a world where no one goes hungry. Healthcare is a right, not a privilege. Every child has access to education, As future engineers, we have the power to build a world where technology serves humanity, not just a privileged few, but every single person on this planet. Now, Dilfa will carry on.
Good evening, all. I'm Dilfa Hakim. So, we have already heard about the importance of sustainable development goals. And today, I want to focus on three goals that are deeply interconnected and demand our urgent attention. SDG 5, gender equality, SDG 6, clean water and sanitation, SDG 7, affordable and clean energy. These are not just international concerns. They shape our daily life, our education, and our future careers. But here is the good news. We are engineers. As engineers, innovators, and problem solvers, we have the power to drive a real change through technology, collaboration, and action. So let's move on to SDG 5, that is gender equality. So gender equality is not just a human right issue. It's an innovation issue. A society that empowers everyone, regardless of their gender, is more creative, productive, and resilient. However, even today, the STEM field remains largely male-dominated. Many women and underrepresented groups face barriers in access, opportunity, and representation. So, as an engineer, how can we change this? The first is through inclusive policies. Colleges should foster a culture that celebrates diversity and inclusion by implementing gender-neutral policies. This can include gender-inclusive restrooms, flexible parental leave policies for students and staff, and equal representation in leadership positions. Next is by empowering women in STEM. A significant gender gap remains in STEM fields, limiting opportunities for women in science and technology-driven careers. Institutions should inspire and support female students through mentorship programs, scholarship, and networking opportunities to encourage their participation in STEM fields. Another thing we can do is addressing gender-based violence. Ensuring campus safety is crucial for creating a learning environment where students feel secure. College must establish strict anti-harassment policies, provide support service for victims, and conduct awareness programs to prevent any form of gender-based violence or discrimination. Next is by gender-inclusive curriculum. Education play a key role in challenging gender stereotypes. Integrating gender studies and feminist perspectives across disciplines helps promote critical thinking and break down traditional male-centric narrative. By making curricula more inclusive, we can encourage diverse perspectives and equal participation in academia. So, when women and marginalized communities are included in education, leadership, and innovation, we don't just create a fairer society. We unlock diverse perspective, drive smarter solutions, and build stronger, more sustainable future for everyone. So, next, let's move on. SDG 6, that is clean water and sanitation. We all know that water is the foundation of life, yet over 2.2 billion people lack access to safe drinking water. Even in urban areas, water scarcity and pollution are growing challenges. But here is the harsh truth. Our own campuses, cities, and industries are wasting water at alarming rate. But instead of viewing this as a problem beyond our control, as an engineer, we must look at it as an opportunity to innovate and take responsibilities. So, how can engineers solve this crisis? We can conduct smart water audits. By using IoT sensors, we can detect leaks and inefficiencies in our pipeline, ensuring zero water wastage. Next is by rainwater harvesting system. So, rainwater harvesting system is a simple but effective solution. We can install a rooftop collection system that reuses rainwater for irrigation and sanitation. AI-based filtration and desalination system also help to solve this crisis. Technologies like LifeStraw's water filters have already transformed communities in Africa. So think about what could happen if we develop affordable AI-powered water filtration system for villages across India. Water purification technologies like AI-based filtration ensure safe drinking water by effectively removing contaminants. In agriculture, smart irrigation systems leverage IoT to optimize water use, reducing waste and improving efficiency. To combat water-related disasters, engineering flood control and drainage system, enhance infrastructure to prevent waterlogging and minimize flood risks. Sustainable solutions such as solar-powered water system utilize renewable energy to provide clean water in remote areas, reducing dependence on traditional resources. Additionally, public policies supporting clean water are essential in promoting investment, regulations, and large-scale implementation of water conservation and purification technologies. These advancements collectively contribute to ensuring universal access to clean water and sanitation. Singapore's new water technology is a brilliant example of sustainable water management, treating wastewater to produce clean, drinkable water. With the right infrastructure, we could implement similar water reuse system in our own education institution that ensuring minimal wastage and maximum conservation. So, clean water is not a privilege, it's a necessity. And as engineers, we must take action not tomorrow, but today. Next, let's move on to SDG 7, that is affordable and clean energy. Affordable and clean energy focuses on ensuring universal access to sustainable and affordable energy. However, the world faces serious challenges due to pollution, which results from burning fossil fuels, causing smoke, acid rain, and severe health issues. Additionally, climate change is accelerating due to greenhouse gas emissions that leading to global warming and extreme weather disaster. The heavy dependence on non-renewable sources has caused environmental damage that destroying ecosystem and polluting air and water. Furthermore, the resource crisis continues to grow as fossil fuel remain non-renewable, creating an energy instability and economic risks. One of the main causes of this crisis is the over-reliance on coal, oil, and gas, with slow investment in renewable energy technologies, preventing a faster transition to cleaner alternatives. As a result, air pollution continues to rise, leading to health crises, while climate change intensifies, causing more frequent and severe weather conditions. So, engineers are at the forefront of clean energy revolution and driving innovations that shape a sustainable future. One of their most groundbreaking contributions lies in solar and wind power innovation. By enhancing efficiency and scalability, we can make renewable energy more accessible, reducing our reliance on fossil fuels and paving the way for a greener planet. But the transformation doesn't stop there. Hydrogen fuel and biofuels are emerging as game changers in zero-emission transportation. Hydrogen fuel cells provide a powerful and eco-friendly alternative to traditional fuels, while biofuels derived from natural resources help cut down carbon emission without compromising energy needs. To make renewable energy truly effective, battery storage breakthroughs are crucial. Engineers are pushing the boundaries of energy storage technologies, ensuring that solar and wind power can be stored efficiently for uninterrupted use. These advancements empower communities, industries, and nations to embrace clean energy with confidence. One remarkable example of clean energy innovation is China's floating solar farms, which not only generate renewable energy but also help in conserving water resources. These farms utilize unused water bodies to maximize solar energy production while minimizing the land use, making them a game changer in sustainable development. To further accelerate the clean energy transition, it is crucial to integrate SDGs into engineering education. By doing so, future engineers are equipped with knowledge and skills needed to drive the renewable energy revolution. More than just technical expertises, this approach fosters a sense of responsibility, encouraging ethical energy development that prioritizes environmental and social well-being. So, gender equality, clean water, and clean energy are not separate issues. They are deeply interconnected. An inclusive society that fosters better education, better job, and better leadership. A clean water ensures public health, agricultural growth, and climate resilience. Renewable energy is the key to sustainable and stable future. As future engineers, we are not just learners, we are the problem solvers. We don't need to wait for policymakers or corporations to act. We can start today, right here on our campus. The great Desmond Tutu once said, "Do your little bit of good where you are. It's those little bit of good put together and overrun the world." So let's innovate, take action, and build a sustainable future. Thank you. The next section will take over by Abhishek.
Good evening, everyone. I am Abhishek, and today I will discuss three critical sustainable development goals, SDG 8, 9, and 10. These goals are not just policy aspirations. They define future we are about to build. And as engineers, innovators, and problem solvers, we hold the power to transform these goals into reality. SDG 8, decent work and economic growth, engineering a future of opportunity. This goal emphasizes need for sustained, inclusive, and sustainable economic growth while ensuring productive employment and decent work for all. Why this goal matters? The number of staggers, over 2 billion people work in informal economies, often under exploitative conditions. The challenges are job instability and unemployment. Automation is replacing jobs faster than new ones are being created. Wage inequality and exploitation. Many workers are underpaid, lack job security, and face unsafe working conditions. Youth unemployment. A growing mismatch between education and industry need is leaving young graduates jobless. Workplace discrimination. Inequalities based on gender, race, and disability still hinder career advancement. Effect of this, financial insecurity and rising mental health issues, increased crime and social unrest. But here is a good news. Engineering and technologies have potential to drive massive economic transformation and create better, safer, and more inclusive work environments. How engineering contributes? Automation and robotics, enhancing workplace safety and reducing hazardous tasks. AI and IoT, optimizing business processes for better efficiency and productivity. Sustainable industrialization, enabling greener industries for long-term growth. Blockchain technologies, ensuring fair wages and financial transparency. Digital platforms, expanding remote works and entrepreneurship opportunities globally. How can we achieve it? Industry 4.0, encouraging the use of AI, robotics, and IoT in industries. Upskilling and reskilling, aligning education with future job markets. Government incentives, supporting sustainable and innovative job creation. The Siemens has been first to smart factories that integrate automation, AI, and data-driven decision-making. These factories increases productivity, reduce waste, and enhance work safety. A perfect example of engineering-driven economic transformation. Next, SDG 9, Industry, Innovation, and Infrastructure, building a smarter tomorrow. This goal is more than just infrastructure. It is about designing a world that resilient, innovative, and future-ready. Why this goal matters? The country's economy only as strong as its infrastructure. Without smart road, efficient supply chain, and cutting-edge manufacturing, economic progress stalls. Investing in innovation fuels industrial growth, job creation, and sustainable development. How engineering contributes? Smart infrastructure, IoT-enabled cities that optimize transportation and energy use. Green manufacturing, reduce the waste and emission with sustainable production techniques. Advancement material science, developing stronger, long-lasting, and environmentally friendly materials. AI and big data, predicting supply chain needs and minimizing, reducing resource waste. High-speed transportation system, revolutionizing connectivity and economic mobility. How we can achieve it? Public and private investment, encouraging governments and industries to fund research and development. Innovation ecosystem, establishing startup incubation and research lab. Global engineering collaboration, sharing technological advancement across borders. China, world-class high-speed rail system is a testament to SDG 9. In action, it has revolutionized the transportation by reducing time travel, cutting emission, and boosting economical growth by seemingly connecting cities. This is infrastructure at its best: efficient, sustainable, and transformative. Next, SDG 10, reduce inequalities, engineering a fairer world for all. Finally, SDG 10 focus on one of the biggest barrier to develop: inequality. The gap between rich and poor, urban and rural, and digital and non-digital divides the continuous divider. But engineering solution can break this barrier and ensure that progress is accessible to everyone. Why this SDG matters? Economic disparities resist education, healthcare, and job opportunities for millions. People with disabilities often lack access to essential technologies that could improve their lives. Many rural areas lack internet access, cutting them off from education and work. How engineering contributes to it? Assistive technologies, creating affordable tools for individuals with disabilities. Healthcare innovative, AI-powered diagnostic and mobile health clinic to research unreserved areas. Expanding internet access, satellite-based internet, and low-cost connectivity solution. Data-driven equity solution, using AI to identify disparities and drive policies changes. AI-powered language transition, breaking communication barriers in education and business. How we can achieve SDG 10? Fair access to technologies, ensuring that digital advancements are available to all. Community-driven engineering, designing solutions that meet local needs. Inclusive innovation, making accessibility a priority in technological development. Microsoft AI for Accessibility initiative is a game changer. It uses artificial intelligence to empower individuals with disabilities, enabling better communication, mobility, and workplace inclusion. This is technology for humanity. Engineering the future we want. We are covered SDG 8, decent work and economic growth, SDG 9, industrial innovation and infrastructure, and SDG 10, reduce inequalities. But these are not just abstract goals. They define the world we are about to build. An engineer is not just problem solver, but a visionary. Every bridge we build, every algorithm we write, every system we design must be sustainable, inclusive, and future-ready. Our world is changing fast. Automation, AI, and digital transformation will shape the job of tomorrow. The question is, will we just adapt, or will we just lead the change? As engineers, we are not just learners, we are architects of the future. The power to innovate, build, and uplift the society lies in our hands. Let's not just witness the progress, let's create it. Let's not just discuss the change, let's derive it. Let's engineer a world that thrives for everyone. With that, I conclude my presentation on SDG 8, 9, and 10. Thank you. And now I will hand over to Adrit K for the next SDG.
Good evening, everyone. I am honored to take the stage after Abhishek as we dive deeper into how engineering is shaping the cities of tomorrow. Continuing our discussion on SDG 11, sustainable cities and communities. Look around you. Cities are growing faster than ever before. More people, more buildings, more vehicles, and more challenges. Traffic jam wastes hours. Pollution chokes the air. Waste build up with no clear solution. Housing is so expensive that millions are forced into slums. And when disasters strike, entire cities are collapsed. But here is the real question. Are we building cities to last, or are we setting ourselves up for collapse? The problem, urban growth without sustainability. Our cities are expanding, but they are not evolving sustainably. Overcrowding, traffic pollution, wastewater issues, unaffordable housing, disaster risk. Some causes are there, but the root cause, unplanned urban expansion and lack of sustainable infrastructure. But the good news is, engineers are the transforming this narrative. The role of engineers is designing smart, sustainable cities. Imagine cities where technology works for people, where AI reduces traffic, where buildings clean the air, and where waste become energy instead of pollution. Engineers' innovation transforming cities, smart traffic system, eco-friendly buildings, waste to energy projects, green energy solutions, advanced environmental solution, disaster resilient infrastructure, and smart tech integration. Some real examples. Singapore has already implemented AI-driven traffic management, reducing travel time by 30%. If this technology were scaled worldwide, how many hours, how much fuel, and how many tons of emission could be saved? This is not a science fiction. It's happening now. Engineering education shaping the future of urban living. If we want sustainable cities, we need engineers who think beyond traditional infrastructure. Universities must integrate green urban planning and smart city technology into curriculum. Students must engage in real-world problem solving for urban sustainability. Collaboration between industry, academic, and government is essential to implement cutting-edge innovations. The takeaway, the engineering is the key to sustainable cities. Cities don't have to be overcrowded, polluted, or unlivable. They can be smart, sustainable, and resilient. But this future will not build itself. As engineers, we design the roads, homes, and the systems that power daily life. With that power comes responsibility. Are we designing for convenience or for the future? Are we solving problems or just delaying a crisis? Are we building cities that serve future generations or ones they will struggle to fix? The answer is in our hands. Let's not just build cities. Let's engineer a future where every city is sustainable, livable for all. Now, let's shift our focus to another pressing challenge, waste. SDG 12, responsible consumption and production. Every year, the world produces 2.1 billion tons of waste. 2.1 billion tons. That's enough to circle the planet multiple times and yet to be continued to consume without thinking, manufacture without sustainability, and waste without consequence. But here is the truth. Waste is just a byproduct of human activity. It's a design flaw. And if engineers can design the problem, we can design the solution. The urgent need for responsible consumption and production. The factories still produce tons of non-recyclable waste. Industries extract raw materials at an unsustainable rate. Products are designed to be used once and discarded. The result? Landfills overflowing, oceans choked with plastics, and resources depleting faster. But what if we could create a world where nothing goes to waste, where every we produce can be reused, repurposed, or regenerated? How engineering is transforming sustainability? Like examples, zero waste factories, smart product design, biodegradable materials, grey water recycling, and waste to energy systems. Then SDG 30, climate action. We are the last generation with a real chance to stop climate change. Wildfires, floods, droughts, and rising sea levels are happening now. The question is, what are we doing about it? The climate crisis, why urgent action is non-negotiable? Frequent natural disasters are devastating communities and displacing millions. Water scarcity is turning fertile lands into desert. Pollution from fossil fuel is harming both the planet and human health. Engineers for sustainability turning innovation into actions. Renewable energy system, energy efficient buildings, sustainable transportation, green infrastructure. The takeaway, we are the architects of the future. The solution is exist. The technology is ready. What we need now is the courage to act. Let's engineer a future where sustainability is the standard. With that, I now pass it on to Chinmay. She will be continuing our discussion. Thank you.
Hi everyone, I am Chinmay. Today, I'm here not just to talk about sustainable development goals, but to ignite a sense of purpose in all of us. The world doesn't need passive spectators, it needs change makers. Engineers, innovators, and problem solvers like us hold the power to create a world that is not just sustainable, but just, inclusive, and resilient. Today, let's focus on three critical SDGs: SDG 14, life below water; SDG 15, life on land; and SDG 16, peace, justice, and strong institutions. These are not just numbers on a list, they are the foundation of our future. So let's dive in quite literally. SDG 14, life below water, or the fight to save our oceans. The ocean is our planet's heartbeat. Covering 71% of the Earth, it produces half of the oxygen we breathe and supports billions of lives. But instead of protecting it, we are polluting and destroying it at an alarmist rate. Here's the reality check. 8 million tons of plastic waste enter our oceans every year. That is equivalent to 1 truckload of garbage dumped every minute. Overfishing is pushing marine species to extinction, disrupting entire food chains. Coral reefs, which shelter 25% of the marine life, are dying due to climate change. But here's the good news. Engineering is fighting back. So here are some of the game-changing innovations that have been done by our engineers. AI-powered drones that track plastic waste and monitor coral reef health. IoT-based waste tracking systems that prevent plastic from reaching the oceans. Autonomous robots powered by AI and nanotechnology that clean up oil spills. So as engineering students, what can we do? Imagine AI-driven ocean cleanup boats designed by the students like us, sweeping plastic from our rivers before it reaches the ocean. What if we build solar-powered buoys that monitor pollution levels in real time? Could we create 3D printed coral reefs to revive marine biodiversity? If we don't act now, by 2050, there will be more plastic than fishes in the ocean. So let's not let that happen, and let's be the great generation that turns the tide. Moving on to SDG 15, life on land, or restoring our planet before it's too late. Forests are the lungs of Earth, sustaining life and biodiversity. Yet we are destroying them faster than we can restore them. 10 million hectares of forest disappear every year. That's the size of Portugal. 1 million species face extinction due to habitat destruction. Deforestation and land degradation are increasing desertification and food insecurity. But once again, engineering is rising to the challenge. Drones for reforestation can plant trees 10 times faster than humans. IoT-based wildlife tracking prevents poaching and protects endangered species. AI-driven sustainable agriculture reduces water and pesticide use. So, as students, what if we develop smart wildlife corridors that detect animal movements and probably prevent roadkills? Imagine an IoT-based forest fire trafficking detecting system that provides real-time alerts before wildfire spreads. Could we design biodegradable sensors to monitor deforestation and ecosystem health? If we continue destroying our forests, we are cutting off our oxygen supply. It's time to reverse the damage. Let's replant, restore, and reclaim our land. So moving on to the next SDG, SDG 16, peace, justice, and strong institution. A world without justice is a world without sustainability. Corruption, conflict, and lack of accountability are hindering progress across every SDG. Corruption costs the global economy about $3.6 trillion annually. Over 70 million people are displaced due to war, conflict, and persecution. Billions of people lack access to basic human rights and justice. What if we made blockchain-based voting systems ensuring secure, fraud-proof elections? AI-powered legal aid chatbots providing free legal guidance to marginalized communities. IoT-based surveillance systems that reduce crime and improve emergency response. So as students, let's create legal aid chatbots in Malayalam offering free legal advices to rural communities of India. What if we designed a disaster relief coordination platform to track and allocate resources efficiently during floods and landslides? Could we develop a blockchain-based aid distribution system to ensure resources reaches the right hands? Without peace, justice, and strong institutions, sustainable development is impossible. As engineers, we must build systems that uphold transparency, accountability, and equality. The world doesn't just need engineers, it needs visionaries, problem solvers, and leaders. We have the knowledge, now let's apply it. We have the tools, now let's build solutions. And we have the power, now let's change the world. Now I call upon Parthiv to continue with the presentation. Thank you.
I hope I'm audible and visible. Hello.
Yes, yes,
Myself,
yes.
Parthiv. Okay, sir. And I'm excited to talk about Sustainable Development Goal number 17, which is Partnership for the Goals. And the goals highlights the necessity of global collaboration and collective action to tackle some of the most pressing challenges that we are facing today. And what is SDG number 17? So simply, its main objective is to encourage and facilitate partnerships across different sectors, governments, business, civil societies, and individuals to ensure we meet all our SDGs effectively, which have been already described. And the 16 of us have been implemented well through this 17th one included as well. So the three key aspects include global collaboration, multi-stakeholder engagement, and shared vision. So the first one is global collaboration. Global issues like climate change, poverty, pandemics cross borders and require unified efforts. So one such great example we have been seeing is the affecting of COVID-19. And this global partnerships include Paris Agreement on climate change and worldwide COVID-19 vaccine distribution initiatives. So it could only be made possible if all these great powers and entities come together and a unified manner to propagate such a thing, or else it will be a one-off, or it will stand off like a thing. So that global collaboration efforts made by these great nations have always showed us an exemplary manner how to tackle these issues. And multi-stakeholder engagement. Partnerships are most powerful when they include diverse stakeholders, governments, private sectors, NGOs, and local communities and academia. Collaboration between different groups ensures a more holistic approach to problem solving, incorporating a range of perspectives. For instance, public-private service and partnerships in renewable energy projects help access to clean power, benefiting both local communities and the environment. So this comes where we use this renewable source of energies instead of our lacking resources. And next, these two multi-stakeholder engagement and global collaboration comes in a fuller circle when there is a shared vision in between them. So aligning around common goals and values fosters trust, transparency, and a sense of mutual responsibility. The Sustainable Development Goals themselves act as a roadmap, a shared vision for a more equitable and sustainable world. When everyone is in the same page, partnerships can be sustained over the long term and drive meaningful impact for that. So in essence, this SDG number 17 reminds us that no single organization or a nation can solve global challenges alone. By embracing global collaboration, encouraging multi-stakeholder engagements, and uniting under a shared vision, we can make a significant stride towards a more sustainable and inclusive and resilient world. So next, there are some student-led initiatives applying SDGs in the real-world projects. So experiential learning and that hands-on SDG applications. Nowadays, we have been discussing about these things, but we are not really applying it in the level or not. We have to think about that. So hands-on SDG application deepens understanding beyond textbooks, and real-world involvement fosters critical thinking and problem-solving skills, which is the prominent skills which should be needed for a person who is an engineer or not. Then empowerment agencies and all. Then mentored projects empower students to become sustainability ambassadors. Leadership skills and personal growth emerge from practical guided experiences. Next comes the community impact. Student impact initiates tackle local needs, strengthening partnerships with the broader community. These collaborations create tangible benefits and foster long-term sustainable relationships. Now comes to the curriculum integration part, where incorporating SDGs into the existing course to highlight sustainable concepts in the context. There is utilize case studies and real-world scenarios to connect our academic theory with practical applications with that. That can be done through our interdisciplinary programs like this, and develop dedicated sustainability-focused programs that unite different departments, and it should not be restricted to a certain sector, or it have to be get availed for everyone, and everyone have to be had the knowledge on this topic, as this is for the future of our generation. Then encouraging team-based projects to combine diverse expertise, fostering a more holistic approach to problem solving. Then some real world projects are also have been given here. That's urban farming initiatives which can be done in a sustainable method way. Then renewable energy audits, that teams conduct energy audits for local business, proposing cost-effective and clean energy solutions. And water conservation campaigns create public awareness and campaigns on efficient water using during droughts, reducing waste at both campus and community levels. Next, how college students can incorporate SDGs into their curriculums and life. They can engage in research, that is, participate in SDG-focused projects. Then we can form an organization regarding this. Still, I think there is not an organization which in our locality that mainly focuses on this, instilling the sustainable development goals and how its implementation doing. So we can join hand in hand to create a change and network with the peers to share the similar goals and make impactful projects and initiatives. Then we can advocate for a change and promote the integration of SDGs into our courses, and we can make it possible to an application level rather than being making it stuck into our textbooks. Then there's some nations who have been effectively implementing this sustainable development goals. And the first one is Denmark, that is wind energy leader. The major investments in wind power has significantly reduced carbon emissions. So every nations and the other are doing their part in the well manner. So it's a time for us to think that what we are doing and what our nation is contributing, and the youth of the day and the tomorrow of the nation as what we are doing. Then Bhutan, carbon negative, maintains vast forests that absorbs more carbon than nation produces. Then Costa Rica, renewable power that achieves nearly 100% of its electricity from renewable sources, which is a great thing indeed. Then Singapore, green building leaders that implements cutting-edge green building initiatives, lowering energy use and environmental impact. These are examples that other nations show us, and we have enough of manpower and the brainstorming capabilities. It's time for us to think and to act at the right moment. Then engineers are the architects of a sustainable tomorrow. So by integrating sustainability across education and practice, they champion clean energy, poverty elevation, and resilient communities. With this updated curricula and ethical innovation and advanced technologies, like we have numerous ways which have been discussed by my friends itself, that like using AI and IoT, we engineers are poised to transform our world. Then this future belongs to those who build it with wisdom, innovation, and responsibility. As engineers, we hold the power to shape a sustainable world. Let's engineer the world together, and every breakthrough start with a single spark. So let's ignite our passion for innovation today and light the way to a sustainable tomorrow. Thank you for attention and time together. Thank you.
Now it's the time for any queries. So welcome, Reshna ma'am.
Thank you, sir.
So can you add on anything, any points to the presentation or any comments?
The presentations was really nice. They prepared very well. Congratulations to all those who have presented here. Thank you.
So any queries regarding the presentation? Hello, is it audible?
Yes, it's audible.
Yes.
Hello, Parthiv. How will you integrate this SDG concept into your socially relevant projects, or how can you can implement your SDG concept in the projects? Especially you are working with socially relevant projects and all. How your S4 students you will be dealing with some projects, and also your juniors are also in line to take up the socially relevant project. So how will you publicize the concept of SDG in the campus, as well as you imbibe this concept in your projects? So what is your plan?
Yes, sir. We are we were also on the part where we are continuously brainstorming that which project and what should be the thing we should finalize as a socially relevant project, as it should be definitely a socially relevant one rather than being a monotonous or a normal typecast. We don't want it to do that. So with our continuous brainstorming and research and analyzing of different papers and all, we have been on the way on eradicating that health issues, and we are on that as we focus on more on that SDG currently, and we have been currently focusing on detecting this cancerous cells and its easy analyzation or early detection kind of thing, which is really socially relevant at the current moment, as it will be a great breakthrough if something like that pops up in this right situation. As we encourage our juniors as well as everybody in this meeting to think about this sustainable development goals, and there are 17 of them. I think there could be more of them as well. We can include by keeping our just by thinking or pondering about the things in our locality and society itself, we can found endless number of issues. So everybody could find a solution if they look around. So there are enough of problems, and we can solve it in this using this sustainable development goals itself. So our project is mainly based on this early detection of skin cancer, basically, and I think which is also a great, which will be also a great contribution to the society. And we have been, I think we could make it more better if we have a class like this when we were on our first years and all, and like we get an early introduction to this, that what we have to really do and how we have to plan. So if that is there and that idea have been brought quite more before, then we could actually will get some more time to think and to decide our projects, and to make it efficient and to create a correct plan and all, with including the sustainable development goals itself, as it is the talk now. Yes, sir.
Okay, anyway, that was a nice answer, Parthiv. And I was really grateful that I could attend your presentations. And as your faculty, it is an honor to be with you in this evening. And all of you have made a very good presentation. And keep your spirits up and do a nice project, so that you can uphold the sustainable development goals. Okay, you have well done. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Vishnu, any further
Yes, sir.
queries? Any further queries?
Like I just have a doubt. Like in the during the presentation, like I just don't know who mentioned. Like someone had told about the AI integration with the SDGs. Like is there an example that you can show in which the AI is being used for making the SDG faster?
Can you repeat your query? AI for which SDG?
Like making use of the AI for making any kind of like. So like it's like I think someone has mentioned about using AI and technologies to integrate in, something like you have mentioned about the social land project now, like make projects that will help in integrating these kind of SDG, like Sustainable Development Goals. So is there any AI that is being used or any kind of example AI integrated system that is being used to make the SDG?
So what about the speakers? Do you have any answer? Actually, AI can be used as a tool. AI can be used as a tool to solve many n number of problems. And in the last case, Parthiv was talking about skin cancer prediction, early detection of skin cancer. And I think they are using AI techniques for early detection of skin cancer. So whatever be the area, now AI can be used as a tool for solving any type of problems. Example, for classification, for prediction, for regression, all these type of problems we can use AI. And if you can more precisely ask the question, I think they can give a definite answer, because your question itself is vague, because almost they have talked about 17 SDGs. Out of these 17 SDGs, almost many problems we can, even weather forecasting, we can use AI for weather prediction. And now in the wildfire now happens in Los Angeles, we can also use AI for prediction and for the studies of weather conditions and all. We can use AI. So AI is used as a tool in different domains. So without pinpointing, I think it will be a bit difficult to answer if the question is not specific. Is it okay?
Yeah, the question was like, can any, like, the answer was correct that sir have provided. Like I was asking, like, is there any example of particular like SDG goal? As you have said, we can use in weathercast. Like that was the question. Like any example. So the
Weather forecasting and all. Now we are using AI in different countries for prediction, for early prediction and all. Okay. Is there any other queries? If there is no queries, I think then we can wind up.
Okay, sir. Good evening, everyone. As we come to an end for this insightful session on SDG in academia, shaping a sustainable future, it is my privilege to deliver the vote of thanks on behalf of IEEE Education Society and IPSL TKMCE. First and foremost, I extend my heartfelt gratitude to our esteemed speakers, Mrs. Ashika P. Sajan, Mr. Abhishek KT, Mr. Adirat K, Mr. Adil Krishna, Mrs. Chinmay, Mrs. Dilfa Hakim, Mrs. Manya Rajivan, and Mr. Parthiv EP for their engaging and thoughtful provoking presentation. Your insight on engineering roles in achieving the SDGs have not only educated but also inspired us to think beyond conventional solutions and work sustainably driven innovations. A special thanks to Dr. Arun A.V., IEEE Student Branch Counselor, and Dr. Ansasa, IPSL Coordinator of TKMC, for their guidance, support, and valuable contribution in making this session possible. Your leadership in fostering discussions on sustainability in academia is truly commendable. I would also like to express my sincere appreciation to all the faculty members present today. Your support and encouragement ensure that the discussion like this will continue to shape mind of future engineers. To our student participants, thank you for your active engagement, curiosity, and enthusiasm. Your participation demonstrates that our generation is ready to take on the challenge of sustainability with knowledge, innovation, and responsibility. Finally, a huge thank to IEEE EXICO members, IPR cell representatives, and student coordinators who worked behind the scenes to organize this event seamlessly. Your efforts in bringing this session to a truly appreciated way. As we conclude, let this session not be the end, but the beginning of meaningful action. May we all continue to learn, innovate, and contribute toward a sustainable and equitable future. Thank you all once again and have a great evening.